When I was doing my MBA at the University of Chicago, I looked at a range of different careers because I was actually in my MBA to switch careers. And I thought coming out of advertising that I was going to end up going into brand management. It was my expectation when I became a student again. Except that as I continued on in my MBA, one of the things that I realized was that I wanted the opportunity to keep learning. And I wanted the opportunity to expand the kinds of industries that I was working in beyond just consumer goods and marketing. And I started to really explore consulting as a career path. And I became more and more excited about the opportunity to get into an industry that let me work with incredibly bright people. So I started out in a totally different industry working in advertising before I made a transition to consulting after my MBA. And Kearney actually wasn't the first firm that I started at. So I came to Kearney after working at Monitor Group in the Middle East, and I had the opportunity to make a shift to Kearney. And when I got here, one of the things I found was an incredible community of people that allowed me to not just follow a traditional path, but to really carve out my own place and my own role in the firm. When I was given the opportunity to engage internally on the broader strategy for Kearney, this was an opportunity that not just gave me the chance to work on our strategy to help drive the firm forward, but also helped me expand my network within the firm on a global basis. And that is something that has continued to serve me in my career as I've advanced my own particular portfolio of business. It's given me a network of individuals that I can draw on across the world, that I can lean into their expertise to help me advance client agendas, to help me advance business development, and help me grow and develop as a consultant and a partner in the firm. In my time at Kearney, I have had the opportunity to be a member of the UAE Private Sector Advisory Council on the Sustainable Development Goals. And one of the things that we have done as a member of that council is an extensive piece of work with the Gender Balance Council in the UAE. We've had the opportunity to work with them on a number of different programs, including the development of a parental leave policy for the UAE that was extended to the private sector, something that would actually extend parental leave rights beyond maternity leave to men and women in the country. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is an absolute imperative. If we don't have good representation, then we can't attract the best and brightest talent to the industry, and equally as importantly for me, to Kearney. We need to start at all levels, and I think equally we need to have good representation at our leadership level. And this is something that I have seen within Kearney become a critical priority, because we recognize that without good representation, we're not going to have the best and brightest talent come and join us to solve our clients' problems. So switching careers at any time is always a challenge. But if there was one piece of advice that I think really stuck with me when I first switched into consulting, it's that this is an industry that's not an industry of individuals. It's an industry of teams. And being willing to build that network, to find like-minded individuals that share your values, that represent the values of the firm that you're working in, is a tremendous resource. It helps you solve problems, it helps you find interesting projects, and it helps you find a community of individuals that you can learn from so that you can really accelerate your journey and your development as a consultant.